Let me go to Beth Finkel. She joined us last year from AARP. And, of course, once again, they are one of our sponsors today, along with Gristides and D'Agostino's and the Catholic Charities. Beth, another year, another Thanksgiving. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you so much, Sid. Happy to be here.
It's great to have you. No, we actually spent last year talking more about Shelley than we did the turkey drive because all my years involved with HBO boxing and my late great friend Tracy Bowden, Sandy Ortiz, and I got to know your husband pretty well.
You've got a pretty good memory, Sid, I have to say.
Yeah, I do. For an older guy, I hold on to the stuff that I actually care about. So those were some very, very good days. So tell me this. We've got about 3 or 4 charities today. This is a big deal. It's a wonderful thing that John and Margot, what we do here every year. What is AARP's role in today's turkey drive?
Well, AARP is an organization of 50 plus, and we want people to be able to live out their lives in dignity, but also to make their own decisions on how they live their lives. And if you don't have enough money to put food on your table, especially at a holiday like Thanksgiving, AARP feels very, very strongly about making sure that people do get to enjoy this holiday and not have to make decisions about whether to take their prescription drugs or be able to put food on the table. So giving out these turkeys is an incredibly important thing to do for folks.
I think the age is 50. Is that right, Beth?
That's right. That's right.
I know my wife made a big deal of it when I turned 50. Oh, now you get AARP, and I'm going to be 58, by the way, so I'm ready for the next group. But I think it's great. What you guys do is so important. I think you and I discussed last year the importance, too, of Social Security. There's a growing fear, if not an absolute panic, that eventually this country is going to run out of that money and all the money we've taken out of our checks all these years. We're not going to get that money one day. Now, I feel a lot better about the new president-elect than I do the last administration. So some of that fear from me has subsided. But should folks be nervous about that?
No, I don't think people should be worried. As a matter of fact, the Social Security Trust Fund has been very clear that, yes, if something is not done to shore it up, then, yes, Social Security Administration in the year 2034 will have to reduce payments on Social Security of approximately 20%. Now, there are solutions out there. There's combinations of solutions. So people should not be panicked. But what people should be doing is making sure they're letting their Congress members know and the president know that they expect to have Social Security solved. And there's plenty of ways to do it. President Reagan did it in 1983, and there's no reason why the current administration coming in can't do it also.
Beth Finkel from AARP, are 38 million members. Wow. To AARP, and they strengthen communities and advocates. They've also got a couple of huge publications. In fact, the largest circulation anywhere in the country with AARP, the magazine, and AARP, the bulletin. So, give me some other, I guess, benefits you get when, in fact, you turn 50 and do join or sign up with AARP.
And I'm going to go back to what we were talking about before. You said 38 million members, and that is the power of AARP because when we go in to meet with members of Congress, senators, presidents, it's all about those numbers of members, how strongly they feel about issues, not only Social Security, but Medicare, and so many other issues. Affordable housing, as we're talking about today, hunger. There's just so many issues, and the power of AARP, the reason I say people should be joining AARP is because we are the strongest advocates to make sure that their Social Security, Medicare, and other things are there, not only for them, but for their children and grandchildren.
No, that is beautiful. And, as you get older, you don't think about this type of stuff, Beth, obviously, when you're in your 20s and 30s. But
that's right.
I'm nearing 60. So these things, they become very important, retirement, pension, Social Security, all these things that you worked your whole life for. And you want to make sure when you get to that age, that ripe, tender age, that somebody out there is looking out for you. And that's what you guys do every day.
Yeah, and I think you bring up another really important point is that you can't be your age or my age and decide, oh, my goodness, I have to be prepared for my retirement savings. You know, it goes back to being younger and being a little bit more aware. Just like you said, when we're in our 20s and 30s, we don't really think about it, but that's the time to start making sure that you're putting money away so that one day you can have a comfortable retirement. And I think that's part of what we all have to do, too, is to educate people. Don't wait, because if you wait, you have less years to save. And that doesn't usually work.
You guys, again, playing a huge role in today's Turkey Drive, a beautiful thing that John and Margot Katzimatidis and WABC does every year. I would imagine I just talked about Christmas and Hanukkah coming out on the same day, and that's probably going to be it will be the most festive day of the year, not just in this country, but all around the world. I have to imagine you guys are doing a whole bunch of stuff for that holiday, too.
We are, but I want to get back to the Thanksgiving, giving out the turkeys, and how wonderful it is, especially for older people, because this is the time of the year that if you don't have your family nearby you, these holidays can be very isolating, and for some folks it can be depressing. If your family lives in other states, and if you're more infirmed and you can't get out, and so I hope your listeners will think about the holiday for those folks who might be all by themselves, to knock on their door to see how they are, have a cup of coffee with them, or just wish them good cheer, because people really need that. Being isolated is really a health risk. If you're isolated and lonely, it's equal to smoking 15 cigarettes a day.
Jeez.
An impact on your health. Yeah. So, it's a little thing that all of us can do for our neighbors. Stop a minute, chat a minute, make people feel like they're part of your community and your friendship circles.
So, Beth, on the way out again, Beth Finkel here. She joins me every year on this big turkey drive for WABC. The folks that turning 50 want to make sure they're all hooked up with AARP. What's the easiest way for folks to get that done?
Go to AARP.org. And you'll see it right there. I thank you. And if you want to know what's going on at AARP New York, go to aarp.org/NY.
Beth, of course, I want to wish you and your family the happiest and healthiest of Thanksgivings and a great holiday season. And maybe we'll get to the point where we talk more than just once a year.
Okay, Sid. You take care, and you have a happy holiday, too.
You too. God bless you, of course. Of course. That is Beth Finkel from AARP here in New York. She does a tremendous job. And, of course, they're helping out one of our major sponsors for today's Turkey Drive, a big day for WABC, and, quite frankly, a big day for New York.